Hello everybody and welcome to Alexandria Engine. I'm going to try to go through this here demo tutorial relatively quickly just to give you an idea of the purpose of Alexandria Engine. This is a book writing platform plus your video platform as well. So I'll go through here. Your tutorials are down here. Your configurations are here. Kindle bestsellers, you can create books from there. Your children's books, there's a separate module for that. Your regular books, a separate module for that. You also have your trend scout, which actually checks the current trends in the market right now. And here you have your agent, which you can basically freehand, just basically say you want to work on an existing project, that'll help you with that, or you want to start and create a new project, you can go here and do that. Or you can start freehand and just type in whatever kind of book or topic you want to generate a book on. I'll start here with the children's books. We'll go here, just say create a new children's book. We have 3 different choices for AI. I'm going to go with DeepSeek. You have several different options down here to choose from. Your color selection, your number of pages. I'll just go 10 for this right now. You don't have to fill this in, but you have the option to fill this in all yourself. You can change your moral theme here. I'll say courage and bravery. You can change your writing style as well. You have quite a few different options in here. I'll go with Beatrix Potter. Author's name you can put yours in, or you can leave it blank. It will create a pen name for you. And all this here information will be auto-populated if you click generate book concept. Other than that, you just go fill it in yourself and create book, and you're done. I'll let AI do the work, so I'll just say generate concept. And as you can see, the concept was generated. It gives you your title, your author's name, all the information you need. Basically go from there. You say create your book. It brings you to your module where all your projects are. You say generate storyline. Okay, as you can see, your storyline has been generated. Just gotta basically agree to all that text, and now you just gotta say generate all your illustrations. That's just going to go through, and it's going to process all the pages, read the content off of the pages, and it's going to create images based on the content of the pages. So just let that run. It's just going to keep going through and generating the images for the book. As you can see, all the illustrations were generated for the 10 pages of the book. Full continuity throughout the book for the pages. So there you can go to formatting, and here you have all your formats that you need to download basically for Kindle or whatever platform you're going to be adding these to. And then you can click here to generate your cover for your book. You can also download your HTML page and click your generate your cover. We'll just let that generate. You can see it generated a perfectly aligned cover that actually coincides with the actual pages in the book, which this cover is generated from the characters in the book. You can regenerate the cover, or you can move this over to audio, and you can generate all the audio for here, but first you might want to pick your audio agent, which I'll go with ElevenLabs, and I'll go with Emily, and I'll save the voice and generate the opening credits. Generate the closing credits. And then we'll just go ahead and generate all the audio. And as you can see here, all the audio has been generated for the video. We can go back here to audio, which it shows you all the audio here, but one cool feature I think, which is a useful tool here, is you got the combine all audio. So you can click that, it will combine all the audio into just one file. So if you want to use it in different ways, you can.
The echo that would not speak, or how a forgetful owl found her voice.
So that's that video. You could download it from right here. I mean, that's the audio, my bad. And these are all the individual files, including opening and closing credits. Your opening and closing credits are at the end and then beginning of this file as well. Okay, so the next thing you might want to do, you can download all your formats here: Kindle, print ready, PDF, EPUB, and if there's other things that you want to do, like a video, if you want to do a short video, you could do either vertical or landscape, and then just make a little video of your actual book. So I mean, you can use it for posting on social media, but you got to make sure your illustrations are done and your audio is complete. You just come down here, you just basically hit generate video, and just basically let that go through the rendering process. And as you can see, we did the landscape video. We could have did vertical as well. It shows you the title of your video.
Sable and the echo that would not speak, or how a forgetful owl found her voice. Written by Miss Emmeline Featherquill. On Whisper Crag, where echoes turned to shimmering shapes, lived Sable the tawny owl. Her feathers were the color of dusk, but her memory was full of holes.
So that's the video it creates. It's a 2-minute video, and what you can use for your marketing or social posting or anything that you want to use it for. But it goes through the entire illustrations and shows all the different illustrations. And if you're all set with your setup here, you can move this to publishing just to keep track of it yourself and mark it as live. Okay, so that's basically how the children's module works for creating children's books. And then you have your standard books here. So under your standard books, it's a little different from the kids' books. Basically, you're just going to start here with a new project. Before I go there, I'll just explain that this is just your dashboard that shows you all your projects and where they are at in the processing, as far as chapters and completion and stuff like that. So to get started, you just basically hit new project, and you just want to basically pick a genre. I'll go with romance. You have 3 different choices here, just like with the kids bookmaker. I'll go with DeepSeek. You have a few options down here as far as your tropes, your writing style and things like that. I'll leave this as is for right now and just generate book concept. You can fill all this stuff in yourself manually, or you can have AI do it by clicking that button there. It'll basically go through, it'll fill that information out for you. You can change all this. I'll go with say 20,000 words. I'll change it to 40,000. It's already on romance. We can modify that from here. The tropes, as I was telling you, you come through here and you can pick, say, enemies to lovers, and maybe we'll just go enemies to lovers for right now. But you could add as many tropes there as you want. And then as you come down here, you can pick a writing style for this particular book genre. So Jane, and if you had a series, you could also do a series here. This here kind of throttles the amount that's per chapter. If you're going to turn each chapter into an audio file, this kind of limits it to around 1,550 words per chapter. You could take this off and it basically will create unlimited word count for the chapters. So I just leave it on because I consider putting most of my chapters in audio format. So after that's filled in, just click create project and you'll see it populate up here in Office at midnight. Basically just click on it. It's basically asking for you to generate the outline, which if you come here, it says right here, pick an outline, generate outline, pick a model, generate outline, and generate chapters. So my model, I'm going with DeepSeek, and I'll generate the outline. And as you can see, the outline has been generated. My preferences, and the outline consists of about 27 chapters from what their estimate is. If the words or chapters go longer, it'll actually just increment the chapter count. So now that that's done, that's darked out. So the third step here would just be to generate your chapters. We've already picked our AI model, so there's nothing left to do but generate chapters. And we'll just let that run. It's going to go through and generate all 27 chapters for us. And then we'll continue on to the next stage. And as you can see, chapter 1 has been generated. It'll just keep going through, draft the next chapter, just keep moving forward on through all of the chapters. And these are just helpful little tools here. For like if you're hiring a narrator, this gives you the voice concepts. You can enhance the chapters if you want. You can change the tone. You can rephrase. You can check on your consistency for characters throughout the story to read the story and check consistency there. You can generate your own summaries here. Those are all just options that you have. Just click on any of these options here. So that's going to go through to continue creating the chapters. Chapter 2 just got finished. I'm going to go through and finish creating the rest of the chapters. Okay, as you can see, all of the chapters have been generated down through chapter 29. Next thing to do is just basically generate your cover. You have adjusted art only if you're going to add your own text, or you can generate it with the title and the author. So I will generate that now. Go. Okay, so as you can see, that meter has stopped. So these are the generated covers that were created. I'll open these in a new tab so you can see what they look like. Basically the first one, perfect format for ACX. And the same with the child's books. You can come here and just download your formatted files here. Table of contents, and all your chapters completely formatted. And it comes with the formats for pretty much any platform you're going to use. It also gives you your word count here, how many chapters. Optional, if you're going to do your own audio, come here and just basically click here. You pick your audio engine, pick your voices, and basically create your opening credits, your closing credits, and you can generate all videos at once or one at a time. I'll show you what this looks like. Generate an opening credit. We will use OpenAI, and I'll go with Allo and generate credits. Okay, so the credits have been generated. I'll open them up so you can hear it.
Office at Midnight, where devotion becomes currency and love is the final transaction. Written by Priya Kessler.
So that's what the opening and closing does, the same thing. And what it does here, basically, when you create your audio, it basically checks it against ACX standards is what it's doing. So when you come down here, you'll notice that you have an analyze, you'll have a wave, and you have an MP3. So you can analyze your audio, you can download the WAV file, or you can convert the good WAV file into an MP3. So I'll go ahead and generate the first chapter. Okay, so as you can see, the audio for chapter 1 was generated right here. It generates an MP3 and immediately downloads it. You can regenerate it by clicking here. Tells you who was the narrator. And what it does right down here is where it does your ACX compliance check. So this is an MP3 it generated. If you analyze that particular file right now, most of the areas are met, but you're failing right here in loudness. So this is going to automatically normalize that audio. And as you can see, it automatically downloaded the new audio. Now that it has been normalized, you can go ahead and click. If you're going to go to Spotify, you could just use WAV. But if you're going to try to use it on any other platform, most of them require MP3, so you just click the MP3 and it converts the good WAV file into MP3, and that'll automatically download for you. As you can see right here, it's basically saying converting, and you can run that file through Audacity and verify that it is ACX checked, and it'll show that it does pass. So again, it automatically downloaded the file, as you can see right there. So that's how that works for the audio. If you want to create a teaser video for your book, you can go horizontal or vertical, pick your background color, I'll leave it on black. Your captions, have a couple different options here. As long as you have your cover image created and at least some audio, it will go ahead and generate your teaser video for you. So I will go ahead and have that done. Okay, as you can see, the video was created. We did the vertical.
The tense corridors of Axiom Dynamics, where loyalty is tracked like stock price and love is a ledger entry, Lena silently archives secrets while Arlo, an outsider from the deep sea, shatters the illusion. As he discovers a wife enmeshed in corporate cult allure, declared legally dead in a narrative not his own, forbidden glances spark rebellion. Can raw emotion infiltrate a fortress where devotion has a price tag? Dive in before the clock strikes midnight.
So that's basically just a little preview of the book. Entices people to want to move. You can also click here to share it to most of the major social media platforms. You already have all this information here, so you can move this into publishing just for your own knowledge to know where it is. But as you're getting ready to publish, you're going to need your Kindle information, so you can click right here and it'll generate all the information you need for this particular book for Kindle. So it creates all that for you, your categories, your keywords, publishing information, and you just basically copy all of that and use it to publish in Kindle. You have the same options for ACX. Just click here to generate it for ACX. Same with Spotify. Click here to just generate it for Spotify. And as you move these to the different stages, so if we move it over to live and we go back to our books, it shows it in the live stage more or less. here. Those are two options for creating books. You got the baby books and you have the regular adult books, but you could also go here to the Amazon live charts, in which you can pick any of these categories and it'll get you the top 15 in those categories. Okay, as you can see, it returned the top 15 for that particular category. Your recommended pricing and things of that nature. So we can use this to get ideas. So we could create a project based upon, you know, what's selling right now. So we'll just click here, say create project. Again, it gives you the option as to which AI model you want to use. And you can either choose a custom title or your own title. It's up to you. So I use one based off of that and just basically generate project. So it basically goes directly into your project here, gives you your title, subtitle, author's name, genre. Again, you come here, pick your AI, start generating your outline. Okay, that'll run in the background. The other option is to go to trends here, and you can either type in here certain trends you're looking for, or you can pick what you can just do a search without anything there, and this gives you the most current ones. It gives you a rating as far as how they're trending. And you can more or less just go right here and just click create a project based off of that. With this specific one here, you're setting your own title, your own subtitle, and your own author. Configuration settings, chart search, children's model, trending, and the agent here. Click here, you can start working on a project you've already worked on, or you can generate a new project here, or you can come down here and just freehand type in what you want to make a book about, or anything that you want to type in here. This is the guide. This is the dashboard. But the great thing about all the books that are generated through Alexandria engine is they're very good books. They're books that you'd want to read. They're books that anybody would want to read. They're high quality. They have 100% continuity from chapter 1 to the end of the book. I'll go to one here. Do I have audio created for this? So this is The Corporate Triangle. This is just one of the books. It was a comedy. And you kind of listen how the audio sounds.
The Corporate Triangle, a love story between two people who hate each other's guts. Written by Petra Langford. The memo arrived, as all memos at Synergistic Dynamic Solutions did, not with a bang, but with a soft digital ping that was the auditory equivalent of beige. It landed in the inboxes of Felix and Zara at precisely 9:17 a.m., a time chosen, Felix was certain, because it maximized mid-morning disruption while minimizing pre-coffee homicide rates. Felix Unger, no relation, though he shared the fastidiousness and a tragic affinity for nasal congestion, was a Level 2 data pattern analyst. His job, as far as he could decipher, was to take columns of numbers generated by one department, transpose them into a different, more aesthetically pleasing font, and email them to another department, where they would be printed, scanned, and uploaded to a server named Bob. He believed this was a front for alien communications. The numbers, when converted to hexadecimal and mapped against star charts he kept in a locked desk drawer, formed faintly worrying messages about the humidity preferences of beings from Zeta Reticuli. The company's true product, he was sure, was not the holistic B2B solution packages advertised, but a vast interstellar data filtering operation. The memos were their primary vector. He opened the email with the reverence of a bomb disposal expert. The subject line read, Synergistic Space Optimization Initiative, SSOI, Phase 1, Collaborative Resource Realignment. His eyes darted across the screen. In our ongoing commitment to leveraging agile, cross-functional paradigms and fostering an ecosystem of co-creative energy, upper management has mandated a proactive downsizing of physical asset silos. Asset silos, Felix muttered, his voice a dry rustle. They mean chairs. They're coming for the chairs. Across the open plan pod, a sound like a delighted dolphin erupted. Zara Vance, creative synergist, a title she'd invented for herself on her hiring form, had received the same memo. Where Felix saw a sinister, alien-ordained culling of personal territory, Zara saw a playground. Her workspace was less a desk and more a curated art installation of half-finished herbal teas, vibrant scarves draped over monitor tops, and a small, defiant hammock she'd attempted to install between two filing cabinets. The memo, to her, was a masterpiece of poetic liberation. Workspace fluidity, she exclaimed to no one in particular, spinning once in her own, perfectly serviceable chair. They're finally embracing the non-linear corporeal experience. The desk is a state of mind. Felix shot a glance her way, his expression one of pure, unadulterated, particle bored. Zara, who believed the company's true output was a form of interpretive dance performed through the medium of quarterly reports, was his natural nemesis.
So that's more or less how the books are written, how they sound for this here particular book. This is humor active. So just to give you a taste of it, but it generates fantastic books that you'll enjoy reading yourself. Generates the complete audio file that is ACX compliant. So it makes it easier to publish these books for any platform that you want to publish these books on. And we give you all the tools up here for all the information once your books are created. So I believe that kind of covers Alexandria Engine in a nutshell. If you have any questions, just shoot me an email. Thanks for watching.